Lights, camera, action. In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film. Cut! That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I am once again Kevin Mumphrey, and this is Fuck It, We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Oh, we don't get no yo.
I mean, you said it.
We'll just put it in post.
I mean, look, why do you demand the same thing from me? I am a fully, independent thinking individual.
I got you. I got your independence. I got you.
You see that?
I got you.
You see that dismissive tone? You see that?
Some repetition in here.
Some. Yeah, I said it like 30 episodes. That's repetition.
We've had over 100.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay, so let me ask y'all this. Do any of y'all remember growing up going to drive-in movie theaters?
Yeah, a couple times.
Now, did y'all enjoy the experience?
I was too young.
You were too young.
Meaning, I don't remember the movie. I just remember like running around in the parking lot. I shouldn't have been outside the car, but hey.
So, I guess I was old enough to enjoy them. I remember watching Poetic Justice in the drive-in. I also remember
Poetic Justice.
Yeah, Tupac, Janet Jackson.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, wait, am I really showing my age?
Did you take yourself or you was with?
No. My mom doesn't.
Okay.
So,
wait, hold on. How old are you?
At that time, maybe 9 or 10.
Who took you?
My mom just took me.
To see Poetic Justice?
That's the thing. I was watching all them gangster movies. But here's what my mother was.
That wasn't really a gangster movie.
Yeah, it wasn't really. It was a rated R movie.
And it was ridiculous. I mean, like...
So here's the thing. When you're a kid, you don't realize. You're not really even understanding what you're looking at.
You said how old were you?
I may have been 9 or 10.
I think at 9 or 10 you realize what's going on in the movie.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I don't know if that's age appropriate though.
No, it wasn't.
My mom wouldn't take me nothing like that.
But
at no 9 or 10.
I'm trying to what? Yeah, this came out in '93. So let's see, I was 13 in '90s. Yeah, about 9 or 10. But then I was watching a bunch of rated R movies. But so. One, I wasn't really understanding what I was looking at.
You say that.
Two,
You say that.
Not like the way I would see it now. Two, I was pretty mature enough to watch those type of movies and not be. So this is what my mother would do. I'll use, I'm trying to think of one gangster movie that I would have watched growing up. Little hood, like a hood movie.
I know.
Hood. We'll use Boys in the Hood example because I definitely watched that. So after the film, my mother would sit us we'd be in the car. She'll sit there. So y'all saw what happened. You saw the film. So what happened to the guy at the end? Guy dies. So you see, when you live that life, what happens?
That's understandable.
So
I understand that.
We would always have these. So anytime she would watch a rated R movie, she would be like this long.
It's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? It's a lesson. So there was a reason why she was letting y'all watch those R-rated movies.
Just the hood movies. But Poetic Justice is one I remember. I also remember I hated the mosquitoes. Because you're going to watch them, like, when you go, you're going to dead or something, and it's just mosquitoes all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about this now as an adult. I don't know if a drive-in movie is a good first date.
Why?
Because you're in the car with this person. It's a very it can be a very intimate situation.
Well, you're right about that.
Like,
you are right about that.
Y'all just met a few weeks ago, but what are we doing?
As the kids say, it's going down. Ow.
That's been a few times.
He is the only person that does this. And sometimes I'm just like, why?
Fit for this situation. But I mentioned that to like this a few times. Like I walk to get like some popcorn or something, and I've seen it.
And you saw some folks getting it on in the car.
I've seen some foggy mirror windows. So which is crazy. When I was younger, I was like, what are they?
Why are there footprints?
No, it would be like, what is footprint? It was handprint.
Oh, man.
Why is it so foggy?
So at the same time, you say that's not a first date, and it's cool, but that's also a spot to where it was the earlier Netflix and chilling.
Boy, yes, it was. That's exactly what it was. That's why it shouldn't be a first date. Netflix and chilling on a first date. But yes, that is exactly what the drive-through movie was.
That's what it was.
But that's why it should not be a first date. When I was thinking about it, like people are taking first dates to drive-in movies. But it's not the point why until I bring this up for.
So what's the difference between that or going to a movie theater for a first date? There's folks who was getting it on in the back of the movie theater.
Yeah, but you about to get hemmed up like Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, true. And you got people around, and you've got workers.
That don't stop nothing.
Now, if you're going to do that, I think you would probably, if you're that type of person that do that, you may like doing it more in a movie theater because of just the
AC. That's what you saying? Oh, they got AC up in there. You ain't got no mosquitoes.
No, I'm not even counting that. Some people just may like having people that could
the voyeuristic kind of thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, okay, forget all that though.
Air conditioning in the night. What talking about?
You the one
in the car
in the drive-through. You turn the car off when you're there because you don't want the car to overheat and all that stuff. Not to mention you running up all that gas. Oh, yeah. You gonna run your AC 100% of the time at a drive-through theater.
Kevin probably would. Kevin probably would.
So he wouldn't have foggy windows.
That was good. So I bring this up because it was recently announced that a movie theater in Memphis, the Malco Summer Quartet, is closed down after about almost 60 years in business. Now, this will be the first time since 1940 that there is no working open drive-through theaters in the city of Memphis. There also, take a guess how many drive-in theaters in Tennessee as a whole now.
How many?
12.
I mean, that's not out of question.
All right, I thought it was going to be less than that, honestly.
I thought it was going to be less. I thought maybe 3 or 4.
I mean, because like the drive-through model, like that's been dried up for a long time. It only made a comeback like a little bit recently.
During the pandemic, yes. And I was looking at why, and it actually made sense. It was a great social distancing option for entertainment.
Also a very good first date, huh?
No, you definitely should.
Anyways.
No. More so now than back then. Because here's the thing.
During COVID?
Well, I don't think you should have been. I don't think you should be dating during COVID. There was too much going on. Like,
what do you mean there's too much going on?
Man, you may possibly. Folks was thinking they may die from COVID. Why would date?
I mean, because like, you know, it's the end of the world as you know it. It's like, yo, like, come on, man. Come on, you know how cats be at the end of their life cycle.
I love these lyrics that you just keep spitting out.
That wasn't no lyric.
It is.
Lyrics.
It is.
Hey,
that's a song.
Just because I got bars don't mean it's a song. You know what I'm saying?
That's a song.
Hey, look. I'm just saying, like, hey, sometimes I come with soliloquies.
Okay.
Just
what's the next point you want to make, Kevin?
Okay.
She just be dismissing me.
So, at what point do y'all think the drive-in movie craze was at its height?
80s?
Probably 80s, early 90s. When?
Actually, 60s and 70s, where at most we had about 5,000 drive-through. I said drive-in. I said drive-through. I'm thinking food. Watching theaters.
You must be hungry.
Countrywide. I should be, but I will be after this. But and now I believe as a whole we have about 300 movie theaters
In the U.S.
in the U.S.
I mean, like I said before, honestly, I thought it was gonna be lower than that. So that's still surprising to me.
3 to 320. I honestly I thought and because I've liked the drive-in experience. I even think there's ways that you could use it now, but probably it's more of almost like a red carpet event type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, one year, the film festival in Memphis did, but that was during COVID though. They had a showing at the theater, the drive-in theater.
I seen a film I was associated with in East Nashville. They had a blow up screen, and we watched the outdoor showing, and we did the silent.
With the headphones.
Yeah, we did it with the headphones. It was dope.
Oh yeah,
it was dope.
It'll never be what it once was, but I think there's like elements or certain events, or even like a week showing at a drive-through. But I mean, that's not necessarily a sustainable business model for.
I mean, it could be depending on the people. I mean, it's a cultural thing, really, and the culture is like shifted. If you get people to do the novelty thing of it, then it could work. I mean, hell, the Jonas Brothers were doing concerts in movie theaters, and they were trying to figure out how to like revamp like movie theaters.
So
and I thought that was pretty smart. Matter of fact,
because it's hard now to get people to go to the movie theaters.
Yeah, because it shifted. Shifted the habit.
Shifted so far to watching movies at home. Or
I mean, the habit of it though, it like culturally, it's not really a thing anymore to go to the movie theaters, because it's like, hey, it's the second week of July. What's out? Let's just go to the theater. Like it didn't really have to be a big movie. It's just like, hey, it's about to be Memorial Day weekend.
Take a Saturday, you may go to the matinee. Movies be an all day thing for you.
Used to be. Especially back in like way back before us, where people didn't have like AC like that. You go to movie theaters and spend like however much just to be in the AC all day. And I was like, damn, man, that's rough right there. Yeah.
And those tickets were a lot cheaper. Well, you were big on AC today.
Well, I'm just saying, man. Like, hey, there's some places in the world, man, including here in the States. If you didn't have AC, people wouldn't live there like that. People wouldn't live in Miami without AC.
Well,
you by the ocean though.
It's still hot.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
so
you ever been around like some hot humidity? It don't feel good.
Trust me, I know.
We know.
I mean,
listen, you have not been to Arizona.
No.
Or
that's a dry heat though.
Okay.
Yeah, like parts of Texas, right? So if you're in West Texas, it's a whole lot different than if you're like by Galveston. Huge difference.
Listen, I went
Charles Barkley. I'll never heard Galveston the same.
Why you say that?
Oh, you didn't hear what Charles Barkley said about?
What do you say about Galveston?
When he was a team, I forgot what team got kicked out the playoffs. And he was like, "Oh, they played terrible. They're not even going to Cancun. Send them to Galveston."
Yo, that's trash, man. That's trash.
That was the point he was trying to make.
Man, that's trash, man. Like you don't do Galveston like that, man.
So, every time I
That's
hear
trash.
Galveston, that's what I think of. But now let me ask you this:
Damn, that's trash.
which states you think still have movie theaters, drive-in movie theaters?
I'm not even gonna guess.
I will.
Go ahead.
Middle of the country, Iowa.
Nah, that is a good guess. Though.
I mean, it's gonna be like, because it's a cultural thing. It's got to be a place where people still kind of come together and know each other. It'd be places like that.
So I would have thought places like that, like people who want to come outside that the state has probably like a lot of small. I wouldn't think big states, but actually, New York and California still have some. Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana.
I would have thought more Indiana, Pennsylvania, like that kind of deal.
I would have thought Pennsylvania.
Like Gary, Indiana. That's got to be a place for drive-through movie.
I would have thought I would like to have thought Ohio, but probably wouldn't have. But I was not expecting New York, California. Now,
well, that's probably a legacy thing too, and it's probably more like upstate New York versus You know,
Man, that's fair. No,
because I mean, where you gonna be? You gonna be in Brooklyn? And people don't even drive, man. You gonna be on a train watching a movie? You be like, oh man, I like this part. I'm just saying, man.
I mean, that's an excellent point. It may not be. I mean, New York is also. It may not even. Maybe like Syracuse, New York.
Yeah, that's the outskirts, right?
Yeah, maybe on the outskirts.
It ain't no maybe. It is on the outskirts. There's no maybe about that.
Yeah, I can see some like I can just see like dude come in with his Timberlands, be like, hey yo, hey, what's playing? Nah.
And then you like in New York, definitely not.
I was looking to that to make sure. I believe it's probably out in the outskirts. But I would be shocked if it's going to be any borough. It'd be like Staten Island or
Not even
like
that.
So, Lord knows where is it. Well, no, Lord knows where it's at in California. So, states that have 0 drive-in movie theaters. This
Arizona.
No. But I will give you one state with an A, Alaska.
Okay.
Duh.
That makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Man, a lot of people be outside though in Alaska.
Yeah, I feel like you'll be outside moving. You want to be outside doing stuff that's moving.
Yeah.
Sitting there watching the drive. I don't know. Like, not that it's involved, but I was like, I get that. It's like Alaska, Delaware, North Dakota, Louisiana, Hawaii.
There's a lot more stuff to do in Hawaii than just go to the movie theater.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, like spend all that money.
Yeah.
Expensive state.
I knew a guy who
Eat some spam.
No, that's random. But he took a trip to Hawaii, like it was like a family trip. And when he came back, so I was like, I didn't realize how expensive Hawaii was.
Why would you take a family trip to Hawaii?
Why not?
Because it's expensive.
So I don't think he knew that.
There's better bang for your buck. Is you gonna take a family trip? Hawaii is a place you go by yourself.
Hawaii where you can afford to go by yourself. It's like, but why not take a family? You got the money.
Just like I seen people take family trips to Vegas, and I'm like, why?
Well, it's not like taking them to Vegas in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm talking about like kids, like little kids.
Yeah, Vegas is trying.
They're trying. Yeah, you see, you had to pull that back. They're trying.
I mean, it's Vegas today.
There was like one show that was like age appropriate for little kids, and it was the Jabberwockies when I went second to last time.
Like taking your family to Vegas, not ideally, I wouldn't, but I don't look differently as somebody who does.
No, I said
like 94.
I said it's like taking your family to Vegas, and I'm like, there are so many other places to go that are more family oriented than Vegas. Vegas is trying to change, but I'm just saying, like, then there's better places bang for your buck though too. I mean, hell, like Orlando.
Well, yeah,
that's like the number one.
Yeah, that's kind of your go-to. I ain't got no kids, so I don't be thinking about this stuff. I mean, even Nashville isn't bad. The trip to just take your family.
Outskirts. I wouldn't say like downtown or anything like that.
Especially at night.
You going to honky tonks? You like, holding your little 5-year-old's hand.
Oh hell no.
It's like, hey, what are you doing? What you doing? I'm gonna call CPS.
That is interesting. That is interesting because my mom used to come here because she worked for the state. She used to come here like once a month, like not once a month, but once a year for a whole week. And so it was one time she brought me with her. Me and my dad came, and the hotel that we were staying in, literally, on one side it was like a club, and on the other side it was like a restaurant. And so going down there to get something to eat, we literally walk into the wrong door, and it's a whole club going on. And I'm like 8, and I'm just like, oh wow, this is what they do in Nashville?
Getting down.
It was wild.
So I was just kind of, when I was researching, I was looking up like ways that like pros and cons of if you could bring back drive-in movie theaters, and when I looked, I was like, it will never be what it once was. But one of the I guess cons of those, say, of trying to bring back a drive-in movie theater is, and I didn't even think about this at the time, that the amount of land it takes to make one, because a lot of these places would, they'll buy out those lots and at one point turn it into a mall, or you could
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
And with land value nowadays, especially if you can get it at a nice rate, having it as a
but a lot of times, like, it's gonna be cheap land anyway, and nobody really wants. And how hard is it to put asphalt down?
Because there is and had me thinking, there is the drive-in that I used to go to growing up, was literally right down the street from my mother's house. It is still, it's been shut down for Lord knows how long. It was a flea market. It was like a huge flea market for maybe 15 years. Right now, it's just huge land that is nothing being done with.
Eventually, somebody gonna get it though.
I don't know, because I feel like it would have happened before I moved up here. Like it would happen a lot.
Yeah, but you have to think about the location. You got to think about
now that I think is mainly mainly location.
Right. So there's certain things you're not gonna. Yeah. It's certain things that people are not going to invest in or put somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Or a building or something like that, or whatever it is within the location and stuff like that. So.
Because the neighborhood I was in, that's.
So you got to think about that.
I mean, it's real estate, but it's
right. You just ain't gonna buy no land just to be okay. I'm gonna snatch this land up and be okay. I'm just gonna have this land and not, put this on it. You gotta count the coins and subtract the dividends and all the other good stuff, and
it'll probably be a warehouse one day. But it's connected to like a Walgreens too.
Yeah.
I think it would be more appealing if they if they could use that land too. But it's literally like right next to a Walgreens that's been there forever. It ain't going nowhere. But also, someone's looking at of course, competition with streaming. Like, it's just very convenient to watch a movie from the house.
Yeah, but it's a different experience, and it's a cultural thing too. So it's like you're going for that cultural experience versus like the movie itself. Because I watch movies all day at the house, and it's a different experience. Now, the home experience done like caught up with, and is a hard value to like justify between going to a regular movie theater, but the drive-in experience, it's different. Maybe I want foggy windows.
So
you can laugh at that, man. You ain't gotta be all professional and just move fast it. That was a good one. Yeah. I'm shooting like Steph.
Maybe he wants some foggy windows. You hear that?
When I end up going to ask, it probably leads to what he's going to say, which I'm probably going to regret asking. When you was talking about the culture, like for us, going to the drive-through movie was it
for y'all? Because I didn't really go to it a whole lot.
Well, I've only been like twice.
That's one more time to me.
Plenty. So I'm talking like American culture. Like in the 90s, it was a way you experience movies. Not so much now. So how would you like revamp that culture without foggy windows?
The drive-in theater?
Yes.
I wouldn't revamp it.
Why not?
I would do go to him.
What are you talking about? Like she just started laughing. I was like, yo, like I don't even know what's going on right now.
Why not? Because of the foggy windows?
I was like, you just started thinking like, you thinking like nasty thoughts?
She was.
What's up? Like,
go to him.
I mean, because there's a bunch of stuff I can say. I can tell you about like some of my homeboy strategy, but I ain't gonna go into that. But you know what I'm saying?
Like a date night.
Yeah, it could be that. But I mean, you can still do that at a traditional theater too.
Oh yeah, we gonna get the bonus room or whatever and throw a birthday party. we gonna do all that. We gonna have ice cream cake in the back.
Ice cream cake in the back seat. Or something.
You ain't never seen the movie theaters that got a little bonus rooms where you can like host a party?
Yeah, you can throw parties at a movie theater.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it does. I just never.
You can actually book out you can book out an entire showing too.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can even get special showings.
Yeah. So now maybe they could do something like that to have special show. That's the only way I would think as far as that experience they could get people to do it. If you just drive it, if it's like I don't want to say luxury thing, but more of like a premiere event or a special event or
yeah, but
like
you still losing money though.
No, yeah, not necessarily. Like depending on the event, the type of event, because they basically make you buy it out, and then it's your responsibility to coordinate everybody else. I mean, if somebody try to put me in charge of one of them joints, like of an event like that, where they're like, all right, hey, here's the plan. I'm gonna need you to do. I'm like, you gonna need me what? He's like, well, you're good at this stuff. I'm like, that don't mean I like it. I'm like, you ever try to organize 30 people? You talking about organizing 200 something people?
Yeah.
And needing the money? No, I ain't doing that.
So
you got me all kinds of beeped up.
So here's my theory when I was thinking about it. I don't know that a drive-in theater in and of itself could come back and sustain profitability now. But if it is, because like malls are damn near like entertainment centers now. Like,
entertaining for who?
Kids. It's like a whole like.
Oh, you mean babysitters?
I mean, like compared to how they were when we were growing up, you just shopped at the mall and you may hang out and talk to girls. But now they've got like games.
Oh, you mean like an arcade?
Well, that and
like the arcade of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. You mean like those arcades?
No. I mean they have.
You mean like Street Fighter, 3 through Alpha?
He's gonna keep talking.
Bowling alleys.
Bowling alleys.
The one here has a bowling alley. The mall here has bowling alley.
That's but that's just part of the mall. It's not part of the mall, but it's just a. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of an outskirt of the mall. So,
right.
I'll use it for example, like the thing they're building in Nashville now, the Nashville Gardens.
Yeah.
Like they could add a drive-through add that within something else you're already doing.
There's too much land.
I mean, they got a lot of it now.
Yeah, too much land or whatever, especially like where it is in the real estate. There's no point. And then to drive traffic outside, they probably want more high turnover business so they can just move people because the amount of people that come through. I doubt they want to do like a drive-through.
So you're saying like they may not want well, I mean they had a concert hall with it, but not necessarily too many things to where people would just sit there and kind of linger.
That could be like reused for like a plantation or something like that.
Plantation.
Yeah, like
plantation.
Yeah, you talking about a bunch of land or whatever. You having a couple feet off the house, and the people just be sitting up there in their cars. What?
Go back.
I'm just saying the amount of land it takes, and you talking about like something that's not being used. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like one in plantations.
Plantation.
Yeah.
Like a drive through. Okay. Woo,
yeah, there's that one that burned down recently. They could use that.
They could.
They could.
Yeah, I was like, hey.
It would be a great drive. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's a great idea.
People probably out there dancing.
When you said it, I was like, wait a minute. What?
Hey, don't get triggered, man.
I'm confused.
Don't be triggered.
I was too confused to be triggered. like right, shit.
Man.
I knew you were going somewhere. I just didn't know what route you were taking.
240.
240 to a plantation. That is absolutely.
Oh my! Stop in the episode.
Oh, that's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode. 240 to a plantation.
Absolutely not.
Hey, he's saying that, but he gonna title it that after you listen to it.
That has nothing to do with what I'm thinking about.
Hey, you got mentioned one time. Yeah, that's all it takes.
No,
that's all it takes. One time.
Yeah, we're gonna Get up out of here.
One time.
So for your moving watching pleasure, you can watch an old plantation get burnt down. It's on YouTube. Thank you all for watching or listening.
What?
Yeah, hey, look, we're already here. I can't talk my way out of that. So I am once again Kevin Mumphrey with my colleague Victoria V.A. Jones.
Whatever.
And Burn Baby Burn, Carson Parks.
He was waiting on that.
I was.
He was waiting on that. He was waiting on that. He was waiting on that.
So hold your lighters up, and that is a wrap.
Hold your lighters up. Man.